I've been putting off filming anything for about a month now, and I think it's through lack of motivation and not really having much to film or say. I've been trying to make the most of the good moments and really experience them rather than film them. The past month has been probably one of the worst for my mental health, and I don't want this channel or these videos to constantly be making reference to my state of mind, but at the moment it has been what's going on and what I've been dealing with my first few months of travel, so I feel like it's important to address it and make a video about it. I'm still deciding if going solo travelling was the best idea for me. It's so hard to distinguish between what's part of you and what's your characteristics and what is the mental illness side of things. So something that I've been sort of thinking about is making anything that happens or the way that I deal with situations, I'm identifying it as part of me rather than always taking it back to the mental illness. I feel like it's maybe a healthier way for me to identify traits about myself. So for instance, I find it hard to maybe say goodbye to people, so I may experience anxiety when feeling abandoned, and I like to have strong connections with people, and those traits might be part of having borderline personality disorder, but I would like to start identifying them as just how I deal with certain situations, because bringing it back to mental health is probably, for me anyway, always putting a downer on it. It's always putting like a negative spin on it. Also, by making them traits of myself, it's giving me a identity in a way, which is something that people with borderline struggle with, having an identity. We quite often soak up other people's energies and personalities, almost like chameleons in a way, and reflect. And I'd quite like to work on being confident in myself and my own identity to then be able to get the best out of the relationships that I make. As I say, the past month has been one of the worst, and I have had also probably 5 of my worst panic attack episodes that I've ever had, where I haven't felt safe in my own company, and I've also had a lot of impulsive thoughts which are probably made worse by my surroundings and my lifestyle at the moment. Being a solo traveller, obviously, you only sort of take responsibility for yourself, and when you're in this negative frame of mind, taking responsibility for yourself isn't really a priority, which is why I'm so grateful for having some family dotted around the world where they have different time zones and I can contact them at any point, whether it's day or night. It's definitely something that I would suggest to anyone else with mental illnesses travelling, is to set up a point of call. So whether that's having a support phone number for mental health that you can call in the country that you're in, or possibly to contact anyone at home, maybe a few people, and ask them if it's okay to be able to call them day or night, because there are times that you're not going to be able to look after yourself, and the people around you aren't always going to properly understand the way that you deal with things. So sometimes breathing and sitting down isn't always the thing that helps you the most in that situation. calling someone who understands mental health and your mental health will be a release and take the pressure off you a bit. With the subject of travelling alone, there also comes up the topic of being able to sustain yourself, so having a job either before you go or as you go along. And that's something that I have had to deal with and take responsibility for. A lot of people will be able to recognise when they are getting in trouble and put themselves out there, get a job, whereas I need time to reflect and ponder on my thoughts a bit, whether that's a week or a month. It also puts a bit of pressure on me, which sometimes I need, because being poor isn't fun, and the last thing I want to do is be homeless in the middle of Australia. So it is something that I'm going to have to deal with, and something that's been on my mind quite a bit recently. Coming from that, it's also important to maybe have a plan. I'm not the most planned out person. I don't decide where I'm going and when and how long I'm going to be there, etc. But for me, in the last, I don't know, week or so, I've decided to head down the East Coast to Melbourne. I'm in Port Douglas at the moment, and I am heading to Airlie Beach. I'm not sure on the pronunciation, but that's my sort of rough plan, and for me that has helped so much. I don't know how I'm going to get there. My main sort of call is to get lifts down there, so that's what I'm relying on at the moment, which I'm quite looking forward to. I'd love to find different ways of travelling, so whether that's camping out or couch surfing, and also that's a way of like saving money as well, so works both ways. So yeah, that's sort of the point that I'm at now. I'm not sure if that plan is the best plan for sort of money, but hopefully I'll find jobs along the way on the East Coast, so we'll see how it goes. I've really enjoyed my time in Port Douglas, the people that I've met, and hopefully I'll be able to continue to meet similar like-minded people, because they've all been lovely and it has felt like home at times. Unfortunately they've all buggered off now, so I've sort of been left alone, and luckily I've been left with a girl that is heading down the East Coast to go back home, who also understands that I have anxiety and has been there during a panic attack, so she makes me feel comfortable, and I can't wait for that, and hopefully you will be able to experience that, and I'll be filming along the way. I definitely want to make more videos and share my travels with you. I'm gonna keep thinking of some videos to do. I'd like to maybe do what's in my bag or what I have with me video, and maybe some more sort of creative stuff as well. I've been experimenting with videos quite a bit and the way I edit, and it's been a lot of fun, so hopefully you'll be there to join on the journey, and I shall see you next time. Please like and subscribe, and yeah, see you soon.